Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome day today. This is another Infinity Kingdom video, and I'm excited to talk about your marches, your primary, your secondary, and your third march, and help give you advice, make a decision on a direction to go. Because I'm at a point where I'm going to change things up a bit and start going a different direction. So I've been focusing on my winter march. Obviously, you could tell this is my main march right here. All my characters are set up at level 24 experience level. I've been developing them. They are, I got 3 epics. I got Yoshi, Attila the Hun, and Merlin. And so it's a pretty good setup. If you look at my power, I'm sitting there at 23,500 power. So, and then my secondary is at 14,482. And my third march is at, did I say 14,000? 15,000. And my third march is at 14,000. So, but I'm at a point where I think I want to change direction. And let me explain why I'm going. It's very easy to go the water route. If you look at my dragon's at 12, so I'm moving him along. I got 3 epics, which is great. But here's my issue. Okay. Oh, and then one other thing to point out is I could potentially, by the end of the month, if you look at the arena shop, you got Herald in here right now. And so I could keep on saving up and unlock Herald. So that would make me with 4 epics on my water march. Sounds great, doesn't it? Well, here's my issue. And my main issue is right now Attila the Hun. And water's kind of like a good balance march. They do great. Water does great in Mysterium. It does great in Well of Time in many ways because you have that opportunity with your dragon to heal and to help you through some things. So I'm still going to be continuing to focus on water. Don't get me wrong. Water's definitely going to be my secondary march right now. But my problem is Attila the Hun. And this is why. How do you get Attila the Hun fragments? Well, there's only a couple ways to get Attila the Hun fragments. You get Attila the Hun fragments by going into your daily deals, and you make these purchases, and where you get mystery pearls, coins, and then you go in here and you actually buy Attila the Hun fragments. And if you buy all 3, you basically get 20 fragments. So, long term, that's a lot of spending to get Attila Hun maxed out. And now Attila the Hun does show up in the market. Problem is he only shows up in the market using gems. So I got 2 options with Attila the Hun. I got gems or I got to purchase with the daily deals and go that direction. So it's going to take time to get there. And it's also going to take time for me to collect up enough items or enough arena coins to get Herald, to get a full epic march. So my other issue is with my water right now. If I go into Immortals, look at it. Yeah, Merlin's your nuke. He's the one with your great damage, and he's a great nuke, and he does really good when he's paired up with someone that freezes or chills because you get this 50% damage boost. And Yoshi, he does good damage too. You look at Yoshi. I'm at 246% damage, moves all the way up to 410% damage, shoots 3 arrows in a row with each arrow inflicting physical damage. Damage rate is at 246 to a random enemy unit. Target has less than 50% troops. This damage is increased by 50%. So can't complain there. So I can't complain. Attila the Hun, again, his damage rate is okay. His damage rate is at 230%. The good thing about Attila the Hun is the silent that he could put on a character. So at 50%, he could do a silencing that they cannot gain energy or your skills for 4 seconds, but it's very short lived. It's only 4 seconds. All right, so I got a new character with one of my chests opened. Let me see. Why aren't you letting me scroll down? Let's go back in it. Okay. So I got Richard the First. And then I also have Ying Song. I'm just going to say Yi Song. And I have William Wallace and Abaji. Okay. I'm really bad at names, so I know I'm just murdering these names, and I apologize for that. So let's take a look at Richard the First. Richard the First, damage rate is not all that huge at 170%, but I like the stun rate, and so it's stunning them so they cannot move and recover energy for 4 seconds. So it's at maxed out, it's at 40%, okay? Then I go to damage rate is better. So it definitely has a higher damage rate. Inflicts transfer to 2 random enemy units and transfers 20% physical magical attack and magical defense to yourself. So I gain 20% on my magical attack and my magical defense. Plus I do the damage, and the transfer lasts 10 seconds. Now here, William Wallace, for an epic, he does decent damage. He does 240%, but he also has a silent rate, and that silent rate lasts 6 seconds. So with Richard III and William Wallace, I'm stunning and I'm silencing. So I am, making characters so immortal, so they can't use their spells, they can't gain energy, and so on. And then my arrow guy, his damage rate is at 250, and then he reduces the magical defense. So I kind of like the setup where it does significant damage, consistent damage, but it also has countermeasures in there where I'm reducing their defense, I'm stunning them, I'm also, silencing them. So I'm doing a variety of things at the same time. And then let's go look at the dragon. So let's go into the dragon here. So I haven't developed this dragon at all, but the skill causes 380 true damage to all enemy units. If the target is stunned, then the damage will be doubled. So I have a good chance with my electric troops or immortals to do a stun, and that if they're stunned, then the damage will be doubled. And this dragon inflicts heavy, heavy, heavy damage. So I'm seriously thinking about switching to electric. And the other reason why I'm switching, now here's another real big reason why I'm switching to electric, is let's go into the Immortals. Wallace drops frequently in the market with purple stones. Abaji drops frequently in the market with purple soul crystals. King Richard drops reasonably well in the market, uses only purple crystals. Yi Song, again, I feel like I'm saying the name wrong, but again, drops in the market using purple soul crystals. So as a free to play right now, and I'm not free to play, don't get me wrong, but as being a mid-range and not wanting to drop a ton of money, is this March I feel that I can quickly level up use a lot of fragments, and get it maxed out. So my question is what's going to be my next epic? If I look at the next epics, because I think in this event here with the Child's Day event, I will get another epic. And what I'm hoping to do is get Peter the Great. And Peter the Great, look at him. He purifies enemy targets directly, head, dispelling all buffs and inflicting magical damage. So he dispels all, and buffs cause you great headaches sometimes. The dodge, the absorb, they make things really difficult because you're using your spells, and especially in the Well of Time, you'll run into levels where your special abilities most of the time won't work. You'll get windows of opportunity where their buffs are gone, and you'll be able to do some heavy damage. So I'm hoping to get Peter the Great, and I can just really focus on this march. So I'll substitute him with William Wallace. That will give me 3 epics in this march, along with my arrow guy. And what other guy is electric? Yes, it's Genghis Khan. And Genghis Khan, again, he's kind of your nuke guy, does 440%. And to all enemy, causes wound enemies and cannot be healed for 10 seconds. And so he holds off healing spells. And healing spells can be a headache too, also. So there you go. I am seriously thinking about developing my electric and switching. So what do I do to switch? Now you got several options. Is you can just move them to the front and start using them and start developing them and focus on the market and purchasing their fragments and so on. You can also reborn some of your heroes. Like if you need some purple stones and you're really short and you're having troubles, I can reborn, and use some of them and not all of them. You don't have to use all their fragments. You can use some of them. So I can reborn Brynhild, I can reborn Yoshi, and I can reborn Merlin and use some of their fragments and still keep this as a decently strong march. Or I could just, move this into the back, focus on this. This is my second march, and just start. It's still early on. Start working on this and moving them up. So it's going to mean for a little while I'm going to have to hit lower level gnomes, lower level bosses. But, you can really quickly get there. And the other thing is I can reborn Merlin and decide to keep all the fragments, but only use experience. And only use their experience and level them up to 24. And then I'll level these characters up, which is my secondary march, to level 15. So I just wanted to kind of explain my thoughts so you could kind of not necessarily take the easy route where the game pushes you towards a water march, and decide to really take a close look at your characters and take a look at the drops. Now, my next epic chest may be a fire, and it may push me closer to doing a fire march, but I think I'm comfortable with doing electric march, and that's the direction that I'm going to head and make that commitment and move forward, despite what epic I get pulled out of there. Now, I'm really hoping, I can get an epic water, and then I could change things up a little bit. But I still feel good about going the electric route, and I think I'm going to head that direction. Well, anyways, thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to give you some ideas to think about. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't want to say, to tell you or deter you from doing water. I just want you to look closely at your Immortals and look at the drop rates and look at, okay, how am I going to get fragments to develop them? And really take that into consideration. And that's it. I hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.